I've been waiting for a bit for Matt Brown to start working with people. To say, look, this is where you need to look. This is the stuff you need to check out. Well, Burlison says that's happening. Burlison says that Matt Brown is talking to people. He's pointing people in the right direction. I want to play an interview clip from Burlison about what he's talking about briefings, about what the UAP task force is kind of doing at the moment, because it's been a little quiet. So listen to this and check it out. Thank you to UAP James for clipping this out. Here you go.
We had a recent briefing where we saw, and I say we, it was myself and the team, right? So Anna Polina Luna, Tim Burchett, Andy Ogles, Nancy Mace. We're all in a briefing where we saw, varying videos of objects that are just, that no one has any explanation of. And they're all still blurry videos. I mean, that's the frustrating thing, is nothing is definitively, in 4K, that you can actually see it. But what is clear is that these objects are moving at speeds that defy physics. And so regardless of even if you had a close-up of it, the real question is how is it able to do what it's doing? And so to me, that's probably the most compelling thing that I have seen that indicates that there's something up there.
Where are these videos coming from? I know that's a very broad question, but we've seen some of them. Some of them have made their way out of the news. Like you said, something was submitted to you anonymously. But I imagine the things that you're seeing in these briefings are things that are coming in through official military channels, something that's been recorded by Air Force pilots, things like that. Are there a lot of those videos out there that are not out there? A lot of videos that exist that have not been released, that have not been declassified, that the American public hasn't had a chance to vet?
I would say I know of. I have personally seen a handful, probably a half dozen or more, and know of even more videos. So we are currently in an effort to get access to about 24 videos and we're making that request at this point. So the only way in which we were able to know about those is because a whistleblower came forward, Matthew Brown, who was the gentleman that released information about the Immaculate Constellation program, and he basically is helping us identify exactly where to go and what files to look for.
All right, so I think that's very good news. I think it's very good news on a lot of different reasons, right? Because the quote that I use from Matt Brown quite often is the fact that he didn't believe that it's going to come from government. He didn't believe that it was going to. He believed it was going to be civilian disclosure that's really going to set this thing in motion. And I guess he is technically a civilian now, unless he's officially working with the UAP task force, and I guess he wouldn't be a civilian anymore unless he's a civilian helping. Nonetheless, I like this because someone reached out to him. What I would guess is, and I'm working on an interview to get an interview with Burlison. I'm working on having a conversation with him. I'm speaking with peeps right now to potentially making it happen. So one of the things that I would like to ask, which I would assume, is that it looks like Burlison has a pretty good relationship with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp. Now, of course, Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp were the ones who brought forward Matthew Brown. There were quite a few different times and different things and different pieces of information that Burlison has gotten from the two of them. So I wouldn't be surprised if they helped correlate a meeting between the two and introduce them and put them together. And it seems as if now he is helping them as well, pointing them in the right direction and pointing them to things that he knows about should be monumental, should be things that really help tremendously, right? One would assume. The different types of videos. I know that there's another video, maybe a clip from that particular interview about the Ross Coldhart ship that he knows where the coordinates of it. Apparently now Burlison knows that. If so, he's going to be looking to find out exactly where that is, how easy will that be? How difficult will that most likely be? What kind of information are they looking for? So there is, I guess, progression here that these things are happening and that they still are actively looking at certain things. And I wonder, as I hear them talking about this and as I hear him talking about that they're sitting in a room and they're looking at this footage, is the objective of those meetings to further convince them that there's things out there we need to see, or are they trying to lock down where these things are coming from? As the interviewer, I thought rightfully so, asked where they're coming from, where are these videos, how are you obtaining them? Are they trying to go down that chain to figure that out? Are they following the money? Like what are they doing actively? Are they working on like another hearing with more subpoenas? I know that when at the James Fox press conference on January 20th, Burlison spoke at it and said that they're really actively trying to get the whistleblowers to be protected. Is that part of it? Is Matt Brown going to be part of that program? Is Matt Brown going to be furthering them, helping them? Are they helping Matt Brown? Because what is Matt Brown able to get out of this safety-wise? He lost his job. He lost his pension. He lost the money. He lost everything that he had because he stepped up. Are they protecting him now? Are they able to do that? Are they going to have the means to do that? That's some of the stuff that I guess will correlate into me when I'm speaking, if I get the opportunity to speak to him. But it's also one of these things that I gather from this particular interview is that there still seems to be the work that they are indeed doing. The regular players that we've heard of, there are more conversations that are happening. So as I hear this, it just makes me think, okay, there's more footage, there's more things. Like I wonder also if I covered a video yesterday, and that video was the recent Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp footage, Syria in 2021. Is that the footage that they were looking at? Did they see that footage first before maybe Jeremy and George released it? Is that something? Because that thing moved very different in the way that physics. We don't have anything that does that. It looks like it is defying physics in that particular video. Is that what he's talking about? So the positives to me in this is that they're still actively pursuing it. They're still actively trying to figure out where these trails go. And the big positive to me is that Matt Brown is indeed working with them. That's what I've wanted to see. I've wanted to see what, and I'm hoping, yet another question that I would ask, is Matt Brown the type of person that they're going to bring forward to the next hearing? Because at this point, for him, this is what the kind of stuff that I want to be corrected on, because I simply don't know. I don't pretend to be like a super expert on this stuff. I'm just curious as a civilian sitting around. Most of the people, whether it's Lukatsky or Eric Davis or any of these people that Stratton, they don't want to speak up at the hearings, and they don't want to talk at the hearings because they're not protected. They could lose certain things, certain benefits. That Matt Brown has lost all that already, right? I think that's all gone. So couldn't you have him testify? And couldn't he say everything that he possibly could? Or is there still a lot of repercussions there because of maybe oaths that he's sworn? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But this is encouraging to me that Matt Brown's working with him. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put your thoughts in there. Please let me know. Please comment, click like, subscribe, do all that and more. Thanks for being on the channel. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon.